Mr. Speaker, a recent study estimates that 4,400 full-time federal jobs will be cut from the Atlantic region by 2015. A withdrawal that will cost the Atlantic economy over $300 million. On top of that, Crown corporations are expected to shed several hundred more jobs. These public sector cuts will also translate into thousands of job losses in the private sector and an overall weakening of the Atlantic economy. Why does this government, Mr. Speaker, continue to make decisions that are devastating to Atlantic Canadians and their communities?
Hear, hear.
The Honourable President of the Treasury Board.
Speaker, 3 points. In the first place, we've been very, very clear, Mr. Speaker. Every region across the country will retain their proportion of federal jobs. That's true before, it's now true after, Mr. Speaker. The honourable member mentions a study. We're talking about an NDP-aligned left-wing so-called think tank, Mr. Speaker. It's just pure bunk, Mr. Speaker. Please do not get sucked in by this left-wing think tank, Mr. Speaker. If the unions paid for this, they should want their money back from their union bosses. This is ridiculous.
The honourable member for St. John's South Mount Carl.
Mr. Speaker, aside from the imbalanced economic impact these cuts will have, the report also states that disproportionate job losses will rob opportunities from Atlantic Canadians and weaken regional planning. We know the Prime Minister once diagnosed the entire Atlantic region as having a culture of defeat. That's no bunk. But by attacking youth, regional planning and the East Coast economy, it is the Conservatives who have a defeatist attitude towards Atlantic Canada. Mr. Speaker, why is the government abandoning East Coast jobs, abandoning the Atlantic economy?
Yeah.
The Honourable President of the Treasury Board.
So here's how this union-paid study came up with their conclusions, Mr. Speaker. They excluded any of the job losses in the National Capital Region. That's where 58% of the jobs are, Mr. Speaker, when it comes to the public service. If the NDP are aspiring to government but listening to this stuff, they got a long way to go, Mr. Speaker. Canadians be rest assured that we will be managing the economy and the public service in the best interest of Canadians.